Danny Ainge talked to the Boston Herald about the Celtics' reasoning for passing up Giannis when they had the 13th pick back in the 2013 NBA draft. By the way, they took Kelly Olynyk instead. Here's the quote. "We all liked him. All of us had seen him. But he was just a really skinny kid and had no outside game. And he looked like a kid that just needed a long time to develop. In his rookie year and in his second year, you could see, wow, this kid's going to be really, really good." Yeah. So, Amin, Giannis' outside shot is still in development. Do you think the Celtics will be able to expose this in their upcoming series?
Well, let me just add one more thing to what Danny Ainge said. And he was competing at not even the highest level of Greek division basketball. It was like Division II or Division III. So he was basically with a bunch of semi-pros. Even when I saw him, I said, wow, he might be really good after 5 years of staying in Europe. Like, no one thought that he could come over this quick. He came over immediately. Right. And kudos to him. He shocked everybody. Yeah, the lack of shooting is an issue, but everyone knows that Giannis can't shoot, and the guy still bullies his way to 28 to 30 points a game whenever he needs it. So I don't think they're going to expose it because the Bucks system is designed around that. We talked about that with Oklahoma City yesterday on the show. The idea that they needed better shooting around Russ because we know Russ can't shoot. Right. So they need 40%, 38, 39% three-point shooters all around him. Well, Milwaukee has that. Yeah. And so if you're going to stop Giannis, you're basically going to pack the paint. And if you pack the paint so that he has to take that outside shot, that means you're leaving the other shooters open.
Well, I think they've known this was their likely matchup for quite some time. And they've been game planning and talking to the Celtics all year. They felt like it was coming down to them in Milwaukee just based on how they were lining up and Milwaukee was lining up. I think Brad Stevens has been devising what he was going to do in this series for a while. And I think this doesn't necessarily come down to stopping Giannis. You can't really, and they haven't in the games they've played against him this year. It's about stopping the rest of the team.
Yep. So, here's what I would do. I would stay home on the shooters and just let Giannis go for 40 or 50 or whatever the heck.
It's, by the way, Shaq in '96 against the Rockets. That's what happened. They let Shaq. Everyone always thinks about him killing Shaq. Look at Shaq's numbers in that series. He was a monster, but it was because Houston said Shaq's going to get his, but Penny, Nick Anderson, those guys aren't. And then again in 2004, Shaq against Detroit. They let Shaq go, Ben Wallace go one-on-one with the Diesel, but everybody else stayed home. That when you have that kind of dominant paint presence, which Giannis is, basically he's like Shaq, you have to control all the other stuff.
It's amazing to think of Giannis in the same comparison as Shaq.
Make a pick.
Bucks in 6.
I'm going to go Celtics.
I got Bucks in 7. So
I'm going to go Celtics.
Wow, Celtics. That's not crazy,
I know.
though.
I just think they have more talent.
It's not crazy.